Our top story, the two-day Bharat Bandh called by employee unions is set to put the country on hold. It's already showing on the roads. There are fewer autos and taxis out on the roads in places like the capital. 11 major trade unions are participating in this strike. Union leaders claim that as many as 10 crore workers will be striking today. The strike will result in an estimated loss of 15 to 20,000 crores to the economy. The two-day strike likely to impact banking and transport. Industrial production could take a hit. The agricultural sector would be affected because of the movement of vegetables and perishable items which would be disrupted. The unions have put forward a list of 10 demands which include price rise, more jobs, the halting of disinvestment in public sector and implementation of labour laws. Talks with the government had fallen out, which is why the strike has been called. And the two-day strike called by trade unions has barely begun, but one person has already been killed. The death took place in Ambala, where a trade union leader who was squatting along with a group of workers near the local bus depot as a part of the two-day nationwide strike call died when he was hit by a bus in his bid to stop it. Clashes broke out soon after. The police tried to stop the violence. 2 police vehicles were damaged in the clashes. Let's go over to NDTV's Vikram Chaudhary, who joins us on the phone line for more on this. Vikram, clashes taking a deeply violent turn, leading to the death of one person, the person who died while he was striking, protesting the movement of buses there. Give us more details on what the situation is like in the wake of that death.
Kajori, the bus depot near the railway station in Ambala is still very tense. Early this morning, one of the groups, there were clashes between two small groups at the depot early this morning. One group was trying to take out bus. Another group tried to stop them as they were trying to do this. There was an accident. The bus driver, he ran over one of the protesters, and then there were violent protests. Police was called in to use tension, but protesters, they damaged 2 police vehicles. There were minor clashes between protesters and police as well. But what police tells us now is that the situation is under control. But reinforcements have been called in, and the situation is still very tense there in Ambala at that bus depot.
Vikram, has this death had any impact on the way the strike itself is progressing in Ambala?
Absolutely, this would impact on that because this morning there were only small groups protesting there at the depot. But what we've been told that now there's a huge big group of protesters which has assembled outside that bus depot. Police reinforcements have also been called in. At one time, there was a stage then when police thought that they would have to resort to lathi charge or cane charge to control the protesters. But now what police tells us is that the situation is under control.
Thank you for joining us with those details, Vikram. Vikram Chaudhary there telling us what the situation in Ambala is like after protesters, people who were on strike, one of them was killed, in fact was crushed underneath a bus while trying to protest the movement of buses. Things were very, very tense there, but as Vikram was pointing out, the situation under control. The tension, of course, palpable not just in Ambala but in many places across the country. There have been sporadic incidents reported in the capital as well. Early this morning at the New Delhi railway station, a fight broke out between 2 auto drivers, with one beating the other one up for agreeing to take a passenger. But now let's find out what's happening everywhere else. Let's go over to Monideepa Banerjee first, who joins us from Kolkata. Monideepa, there was a sense that West Bengal in particular would see considerable tension, given a very clear edict coming from the Chief Minister about the strike really not being allowed in her state. So what's the situation like this morning on the ground?
Well, Kajari, I will tell you that given the experience, the huge experience I've had of bandhs in West Bengal and Kolkata, this time round I'm seeing many more private buses, public buses, taxis and private cars out onto the streets. We are at Dharamtala, and let the camera person show you that this is absolutely an abnormal picture of the city at a time like this, 10 in the morning. Absolutely empty at Dharamtala, a place which would have been chock-a-block on a normal day. But the number of public buses, the number of private buses, the number of taxis and the number of private cars plying the streets is definitely higher than normal that we have seen in the past bandhs. In In the past, nothing would move. There would be no private vehicles on the streets. But this time, people have taken some strength out of what Mamata Banerjee has had to say and tried to defy the Bandh. But the Bandh is in place. I was at Howrah station a short while ago where, like everywhere else, lots of passengers had come in their trains, but they were waiting for hours for taxis. Here is the report. We are at the Howrah station in Kolkata at the prepaid taxi booth, and as you can see to my right are plenty of people waiting here for some time for a taxi. There are taxis but few and far between. कितने देर से हैं आप?
1 घंटा हो गया, अभी तक तो आया नहीं कुछ, है लाइन में, देखें कब तक मिलता है।
और टैक्सी तो आ रहे हैं।
टैक्सी है लेकिन लेस इन नंबर है, जो बहुत जितने पैसेंजर उतना अधिक टैक्सी है नहीं, इसीलिए वेट करना पड़ रहा है, देखते हैं कब तक मिलता है।
बंद के बारे में आपका क्या ख्याल है?
बंद तो अब चलिए क्या बोले, उसके विषय में ज़्यादा हमको ज्ञान है नहीं। हम अभी आए हैं कालका से, तो अभी आके देखे।
1 मिनट सर, आप बताएं।
आम आदमी बंद के खिलाफ है, ये बंद नहीं होना चाहिए।
क्यों?
क्योंकि बंद होने से हम लोग परेशान हैं, हम लोग सीधे तरह से नहीं जा सकते हैं, ये बंद क्यों करते हैं?
That's a question that many people are asking, that why a Bandh? Clearly, the public, they say, is regularly inconvenienced by these Bandhs, and it is something that they would rather not have. As you can see, there is a taxi that has just come, but again, as you can see, a huge empty line on my left. Bishu, if you could pan the camera on this side, taxis coming in once in a while, but just not enough to meet the demand on a day like this. So for a change in Kolkata, taxis have come out on a Bandh day. That is unusual, but again, it's not like life is normal. At the Howrah station with Biswajit Das, Monideepa Banerjee, NDTV.
As Monideepa is clearly reporting there, it seems to be a mixed reaction in West Bengal, in Kolkata in particular. There do seem to be some transport on the road, a city very used to Bandhs there. But what about cities which are less used to strikes? Let's go over to Anant Sadane, who joins us from Lucknow now. Anant, transport and banking badly hit. Tell us more.
Well, yes, we are at the Kaisarbagh bus stand, Kajori, and I'll just move aside and ask my camera person to show you the scenes out here. Not a single bus has come to this bus stand since last night, since 12 a.m. when the strike set in. The government is telling us that they have arranged for private buses to ensure that people are not inconvenienced, but those private buses are also facing the resistance from these state transport employees who are, what we are getting to hear, making passengers deboard from these private buses as well. The government had said that this interstate bus, which is catering to various, buses that buses that actually lead to various parts of this of the state, transport people, various places over there across the state. That is something that they had ensured that these buses will function. It's only the city buses that will be affected. But the kind of inconvenience that has been caused to people on account of this massive crippling strike is something which has also been seen here. And let's just take a look at this report that we filed a short while ago. The nationwide strike has crippled services, and Uttar Pradesh is not unusual to this phenomenon. People across the city of Lucknow and across the state of Uttar Pradesh are suffering on account of this strike. We have this young man, he suffers from a chronic back problem. He's come to this bus station to catch a bus for Shravasti. आपको क्या बीमारी हो गई, क्या प्रॉब्लम हो गई?
कमर में दर्द है।
और आप यहाँ लखनऊ का किस चीज़ के लिए आए थे?
बस कमर दर्द की दवा करवाने।
अच्छा, आप लोगों को जानकारी थी कि आप लोग लेके आए थे तो कि ये स्ट्राइक हो जाएगी? और आप
कोई मालूम नहीं थी।
ये मालूम नहीं था, ये नहीं मालूम था।
अब आप कैसे जाएंगे वापस?
कोई चारा ढूंढेंगे, मार्शल वार्शल इसी के माध्यम से जाएंगे।
छोटी गाड़ियाँ से।
क्या आप जो ये लोग हड़ताल कर रहे हैं उनको आप लोगों के बारे में सोचना चाहिए, क्योंकि आप लोगों को इस तरीके की असुविधा झेलनी पड़ रही है?
जी बिल्कुल।
और मतलब यहाँ पर आप लोगों को इस बारे में जानकारी नहीं थी कि इस तरीके की हड़ताल होने वाली है, तो आप लोग दूसरे साधन से वापस जाने की कोशिश
जानकारी नहीं थी कि हड़ताल होने वाली है।
Perhaps it's the helplessness of this person, Rahul, that's reflecting in his lack of response to these people who are actually striking work. And he has no choice but to seek another mode of transportation to Shravasti, where he's from. And it's people like him who are suffering on account of this strike, which has crippled services across the state. With camera person Ramesh Verma in Lucknow, Anand Zanane for NDTV.
A bus station there filled with people, some people who have no other choice but to wait for a bus that it seems will never come. That's the story coming out of Lucknow right now. Maharashtra, on the other hand, is a city which, even when early reports were coming in, was likely not to be too badly affected. But is that really the truth on the ground? Rashmi Rajput will tell us more. Rashmi, tell us what's going on.
Kajori is business as usual in the financial capital. The Bandh has no impact on Mumbai. Now we're here outside the Dadar railway station, one of the nodal stations on the central line, and the traffic both on the road and at the train station is normal, is like any other day. The reason being the main trade union here in Mumbai, that is the Hind Mahasangh Union, they are not joining in the strike. They say that they are satisfied with the PM assurance to form a 5-member committee to look into the demand. And also from tomorrow, the HSC students are going to take up their exams and they don't want to cause inconvenience to them. And therefore, all the transport services here in Mumbai are flying normally. Even the airport union are not going to join in the strike. They say that they support the Bandh in principle, but they are not going to strike work. So practically no impact of the Bandh in Mumbai, but only one sector joining in the protest, that is the banking sector. So if you have to perform any bank related transaction, that's not going to happen in Mumbai.
Thank you for joining us with that report, Rashmi. That was Monideepa Banerjee, Anand Zanane and Rashmi Rajput, showing us that the Bandh story isn't the same across India. There are very different stories coming in from many different cities. The question is, how is the day going to progress as the Bandh gathers momentum?